I feel unclean after that. I saw you washing your hands and still thought you need to wash your hands.
I literally can't help what happened in there.
You can, by changing your diet. However, it doesn't seem that you have any designs on a new diet right now. I will, however, say that air was thick enough to swim on. I hated that experience, and I'm angry with you.
The poop was really big. You understand why I was concentrating?
First of all, you called me over there and said, hey, come talk to me while I do it. And I'm like, okay, sure. I never want to stop talking to you.
You got to keep the energy going while I poop. Otherwise, I'll lose it.
I don't know. You're pretty good. Shit. No, give me a thing. Whatever. My concern was with just how awful that was. Just how awful that experience was for me. And how unconcerned you seemed with having class, honestly.
I don't know if I have the Rona or what, but I couldn't fucking smell it.
I don't think it's because of Rona. I think you just grew up with a rancid ass. Like, you complain about my farts, but holy shit.
Because
dude.
your farts smell like you shit yourself.
Well, I don't know. Maybe there's something different wrong with both of our respective coli. But that was... I hate that I had that experience. Oh my god.
He didn't want to look at my poop, guys.
No, I didn't want to.
If your wife says, look at my poop, look how big.
This is how you find out.
I think we've, blurted it out 10 times.
No, we haven't. We actually haven't.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was waiting for that one. We got married in the void.
Woo!
Now we're gonna have to have our ceremony in the occult Dollar Tree. Mm-hmm. Why don't you summon up a new frickin' ass?
You like this one. You're not gonna look at it the same way anymore?
I don't care.
It's been almost a decade of shits, and you're just barely realizing how...
I remember your first fart. Only because it was the funniest thing in the world. Because I was hanging out, and you were just feeling cute, so you put on like a little robe or whatever, and you were going to bake. Everybody was excited because when you read the box, you made good cookies, brownies.
I know how to follow instructions.
And that set you apart from the rest. That's why when I saw you walking by, I said, "Wow, that's a girl who looks like she knows how to read a Betty Crocker box." But anyway, I haven't been using these items so I could save them for the bosses.
There's items?
Yeah, they're assigned to the D-pad.
Oh.
Once you max out, they stop showing up on the HUD, but they're totally there. Anyway, I remember you were just feeling cute, and then I heard a loud ass noise, and it was you rattling the shit out of some what are they called? Baking sheets.
Yeah.
And I guess you were doing it to cover up a fart.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't even hear it until your brother called it out. He was like, "Oh, she pooted!" And you looked mortified. And I remember looking at you and being like, "Really? I've been just ripping ass around you and you haven't given a shit."
And then I knew. I knew you were the one.
And that was when we fell in love.
You did not care about my fart.
We really gotta position this mic better.
I gotta stop moving away from it.
To say the punchline to every joke and story, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of
farts, damn bitch, you stink.
Why was that louder than everything else?
I don't know.
Play the ninja song again.
No.
Why?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, here's something I've absolutely vocalized before, but I'm still gonna do it. Oscorp. You used to just hide from your freaking blood. Because you are not full Japanese, but it's what most prominently features, and it's what you are most happy with, what you're most proud of, and the culture that you have experienced the most.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel comfortable. If I were you, I would feel comfortable in saying I'm Japanese, because not only is it what you grew up around, but it's probably the coolest one.
But what sucks is it was so minimal.
Sure, but that doesn't stop you from having a more honest experience with your blood.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
I wish my grandma had, like, kept the language.
Oh, whoops.
And that my mom had stuck with it.
Yeah, I wish I was more interesting as well. But anyway, as for what I was saying, what was I saying? What?
Hapon means...
What?
I'm Japanese!
Oh, yeah. You used to be like, oh, when everybody would ask you, somebody would ask you what you were, you'd be like, oh, I'm Japanese, but I'm white.
Because I don't... When I would tell people in high school that I was Japanese, they started asking me all these weeaboo questions.
Yeah,
or authentic Asian people would be like, oh, so then you know about this food, and you know about this. And I'm like,
So that just made you self-conscious, but it doesn't take away from the fact that your genetic makeup is Japanese.
Yeah.
That doesn't make... I don't know if that...
Well, yeah.
Yes. So by somebody else's definition, you are not Japanese enough. There's that shit of being black enough, too. I hate that shit.
Yeah. A lot of people with mixed races, like, run into that issue, and it sucks. My dad used to get pissed, because we're mostly Mexican because of him, because he's full.
Get off.
So when I started saying, like, I'm Asian, because I got more comfortable with it, he was like, no, you're not. And I was like, yeah, I literally am, though. Like, my brother, too. It really got him mad about my brother. I don't know why.
Because he felt possessive of his son. He was going to live vicariously through the little dude, and then he got older, and they didn't like each other, and hey, guess what? You can't force the world to be the way you think it is.
Bruh.
Haha, now he's dead. Anyway... was I saying or saying something interesting? Yeah. On both of you guys, your Asian features.
Oh,
okay.
I did not do the suck.
Your Asian features feature most prominently.
There we go.
I feel like there's a better way to say that. Which one's critical path?
You notice my Asian features. People can't tell that I'm Mexican.
Which one's critical path?
The one that's showing in the foreground.
Okay.
Foreground?
Whatever. That's not the foreground, but
whatever.
I got what you mean. What is most prominently visual?
Yeah.
Also, been saying prominent a lot lately.
Promenade. Pomegranate.
Thank you.
Did you ever read Twilight?
No. I told you last night, though, I made a big fat confession that I guess I could vocalize here, I could share it here. You were wrong, by the way.
No.
Anyway, to put on airs, because I thought Twilight was high art, I may have touted Twilight as the greatest literary work I had ever experienced. Around era of 2006.
Who the fuck were you even talking to? That's what I don't get.
Somebody who would not have been impressed by that sentiment.
You say that, but what is it? Was it a girl?
It was a dude who was into UFC and Modern Warfare.
Fucking simp.
Well, I had this weird fixation with intelligence when I was younger, rather that I felt that I should always appear as intelligent as possible, and because books were always like this scholarly... Oh, bullshit. Always like the scholar... Stop! I'm trying to web it.
Is this shit purple because the...
No, the texture's broken.
Okay, that's what I was gonna... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, then, so don't cut me off when I'm asking a question.
Sorry.
Throw the orange!
Are you hearing something annoying? Because I am. Son of a
I used
bitch,
to
you're
think you
freaking
threw
stupid.
oranges. What would you do if a villain threw citrus fruits at you?
I would call him the... I don't know. What's his name? What's his power set?
Yoshi.
Okay.
Yoshi.
I told you that one time I went to his farm, and he... to help cater for all the white people that were doing fundraising or something.
Oh god, though, I hate those people.
Yeah, they're awful. The workers were nice as
Holy
fuck.
shit.
But, he was like, oh, you want a sweet orange? I should have known better. But I went with him, and he was like, these are really tiny, so the sweetness is really compact. I said, okay.
Was it a kumquat?
No, it was just a really sour fucking orange.
Oh.
And he laughed. He said, haha, I get the kids with that. My fucking manager.
Oh, yeah. Who's that? Because he was a good dude.
He was actually really cool.
But who was the weird one? No, he wasn't a manager. He was just a weirdo.
No,
Shit.
it was a manager. You're talking about
Yoshi.
Or
Oh, yeah, I was talking about
the murderer.
the murderer.
Yeah,
Yoshi.
Kindred spirits, he and I.
bruh, he had a. He would eat out of the trash.
He would
smiled
eat out
like
of the
a
trash,
fucking android
smiled
robot.
like an android robot.
We trained him for 3 months,
You trained him like a dog.
and he still every time you would say something to him like, "Hey, you can't use those trays. Like that's unsanitary," or you know, you
Holy
need
shit, what's going on?
you need to fix this mistake, or your table needs this.
Uh-huh.
He would look you dead in the eyes, and just be like, "What do you mean?" In that tone. Like
God.
baiting me to say that he was a fucking idiot.
Yeah, it sounds like he's a bit like, what do you mean, Dad? What are you saying, Dad?
He was old,
Dad.
rude.
I don't know what to do to beat these.
I hated him.
I hate him. I hate him because he wasn't funny.
You never met him, and I'm glad. Because, like, you two probably would have done, like, a cat reaction to each other. But he got sent home early one
Shit.
time, and I watched him kick his Jeep and, like, throw his clothes off, like his work clothes.
Oh.
And
I was gonna say, yeah, he might have been nuts.
yeah, well, we were standing outside because, like, we had some downtime, and we were watching him, and then he sat in his Jeep after throwing a fit, had the light on, and he was staring at us across the parking lot. And then we were like, and then he turned his light off, and we were like, oh no. And then some lady in a nice car came by, picked him up, and he left his Jeep there. But
Why?
he was on drugs. I swear to God he was on drugs.
He strikes me as the kind of guy to bonk himself on the head and go, stupid, stupid, stupid.
He would take tables, and then he'd just stand in the bar and just with his hands
Just
like class
like-
and just watch TV
Like a cherub.
like a robot. He was a fucking synth, an unfinished synth.
They had to roll him out sooner or later, man.
Somebody told me because they were like, he's not that bad. I was like, what? They were like, he said that, you know, he started a church or something, and I was like,
Oh.
what?
Holy shit.
I tried so hard to find it. I couldn't find anything.
Oh my god, that's terrifying. And how that was just said so just like, yeah, he's just started a church, so he did.
Yeah, he's very passionate. I was like, I fucking bet he is. Me and
Oh.
so the person that we got the cat from, him and his wife, like, I worked with him beforehand, and me and him would joke about who was higher on the list, because we all sassed that motherfucker. He would throw away people's tickets. He would grab his food ticket and try and put it in front of other people's,
What a
even though
frickin' dick.
it didn't match what the cooks had. So he would be like, look, my ticket's in front on our side, but the cook's side was like, no, it's not. Shut the fuck up.
It's like the restaurant equivalent of tying somebody's laces together.
Oh my god. I think he was racist too, because all the cooks are Mexican, and he would talk to them like they were stupid.
Oh,
He would steal
God.
food too. He left his shit sitting, and it would get cold.
Mm-hmm.
And then he took
Oh, shit.
wings one time, fresh wings that weren't his, and I came back and I was like, "Yo,
Oh.
these were your wings," and he's like, "No, mine never came out." I go, "They were sitting right here with the ticket. They're cold now. Why did you take the fresh ones?" And he was like, "Well, you know, I was like, I remember I yelled at him in front of everybody. I was like, "Stop stealing food! You're backing up the kitchen."
And he
He was like, "Okay," or he did that creepy thing where he's like, "What do you mean? Anything else?" And I was like, also, because I think my mom was the one that trained him for a long time. Anytime he would do something wrong, somebody would be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, well, I was never taught this."
oof. Oh, I gotta say, I'm guilty of that too. That's not because I'm... That was more due to incompetence on my part. But...
He was a sociopath.
Well, I mean...
I'm convinced. He's probably on a roster somewhere.
However broken that man may be, he's dead now. And that's all. That's more than we could ask for.
We used to joke about him sitting under a bridge, writing our names in blood. Oh my god, he used to write down everyone's schedules! Oh my god, okay, so we had a chart, we had everyone's names.
Okay, fine, okay, I'll do one more level. I was gonna end it.
We had everyone's names,
okay.
Right? It was like what time everybody came in, and then there was a chart that we had to draw out for the tables. So he would look at the chart, and look at the names, and he would write everyone's name down, what time they came in, how many tables they had. And it freaked me the fuck out. I'd never seen anybody do that.
I hated that. I hated when you told me that, and I hated when I was working like last year or whatever. Oh my god, it's been a year. Whoa, I've been out of work for a year.
Whee!
Holy shit, what a fortunate situation we found ourselves in, huh?
Honestly.
Either way.
Where's my stimmy, Joe?
Joe!
You bastard.
Thank you. Was I saying it again?
When you were working?
Yeah. My name was just on the schedule, out where everybody could see it, and I hated it. Because, like, I'm pretty freaking paranoid, but I also just didn't want, I keep a low profile, so I don't really talk to anybody. And now my name is just visible for anybody to see, including people who don't work here. I remember one time this guy got mad at me because we didn't have something, and I didn't bother going to the back to look for it because we didn't unload a truck. So we didn't have it.
Yeah, you knew you were out.
We were freaking out.
And you were in charge of unloading the truck, so you knew you were out.
I was also in charge of, like, the whole area that day, and I was beat. There was about 10 minutes left in my shift, and I said, I'm going to pretend to sweep the floor. I'm not even actually going to commit to work. Are the cats playing now?
They're playing.
Oh, they're playing together.
They see each other. I'm so happy right now.
Yeah.
It's taken less than a week, and they love each other.
Oh, cat friends.
Anyway, sorry.
Oh, whatever.
It's a moment. Okay.
God, you were like a new mother.
I love him.
Whatever. It's because you summoned him.
I did.
Put a picture up.
There's another one. Look at him.
He's a good dude. He's a little guy.
He's so cute.
Anyway, so he didn't
go to the back.
I didn't go to the back. So I don't remember whether or not he followed me up to the front, but I just remember I checked my schedule for the next day because it's just been replaced or whatever. And this dude went and looked at the schedule and tried to find where I was pointing. And I remember I looked at him and I got the blood too, so I could say this. But you know that look that Mexican people give you when you catch them doing something and they're mad at you about it?
Like the look my dad would get all the time.
I'm gonna see if I can't find it.
Okay.
Here's a picture of an approximation if I couldn't get a Google Images picture. But he gave me that look.
like a mild challenge.
Kind of like a... like a bit like a frickin' orangutan. I've seen it. I've never seen it more prominently than on both of our respective fathers.
Oh my god.
That guy kicked my poison. But anyway, I take that face as he didn't catch my name. And thank God, like a month later, they moved the schedule to where it should be.
Yeah, out
in
of
the
sight.
employees' room.
Yes. Oh my god.
They also put a lock on the bathroom door, which is against the labor laws. That's totally illegal. So if your employer has locked your bathroom, report them.
Yeah, do it.
Because that shit's freaking slimy.
Yeah, you're legally allowed breaks, and you're legally allowed to use the fucking bathroom.
If you gotta hit the shitter and your boss says you can't, you can.
Walk out.
That's a bad job. That's a bad job you have.
Hey, Amazon, looking at you.
Hey, Amazon. Suck my frickin' nads. There's this commercial that keeps coming on for Amazon where this chick's got like a... Oh, she's wearing a mask? Yes, of course she's wearing a frickin' mask. Anyway, there's just this chick, right? And she's like... when people told me not to work at Amazon, they were like, oh, there's going to be all these long hours, and, you won't be able to do what you like. I ended up working on Amazon, and none of that was true. I was like, ew! Ew!
Join us.
Join the family.
We care at Amazon.
That's something that I always hated when it was like, we're a family here. I'm like, I Firstly, I don't even like mine.
Dude, the last manager I had at that hellhole,
Oh boy.
he pulled us aside one time and did the whole "we're like a family, we're a team" speech, and I fucking
You know,
in the back, and he was like,
I was a younger man when I worked at that place I worked at, the grocery store.
yeah.
I didn't buy that family shit. I was actually scared off by it back then. However, there was a lady who was a mega bitch. She was awful. She was
Was she that manager lady that wasn't a manager?
She was a manager.
She'd steal your broom, right?
She stole my broom.
Yeah.
And she had a huge ass, and that's basically it.
I remember.
That's what she was known
wasn't
for.
the one of the manager? She got moved up because of her huge ass, right?
She got moved up because of her huge ass.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I mention it.
Oh man.
She also asked my phone number one time under the guise that she would need to contact me. Never contacted me. And I said, why did I give my phone number to this woman?
I've taken to saying, "Oh, I'll take your number, but I don't have service right now, so I can't text you or whatever."
Yeah, I just remember seeing a picture of her on my phone because it was a contact.
Oh.
And I was like, what? Oh. And I had to remember it. But anyway, what was I saying about her?
She was a bitch.
Oh, is that all I said? Shit. I don't remember what I was saying.
She would steal your broom. She had a fat ass. You said that was about it.
No, there's a reason I brought her up.
We're bringing up bad managers.
Oh, yeah. So, I didn't buy the family bullshit.
Ah.
But she really knew how to work dudes. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I guess just because, like, when somebody needs you, you feel, like, fulfilled. But also when a girl needs you, even if you don't really like them, there's something in you that says, friggin' fine.
Yeah.
Because that's, like, the whole design philosophy behind Eco.
Eco?
Yeah, the game with the cool Viking dude, Eco.
Oh, I thought you meant like Eco Share. I was like,
No.
I didn't know about them.
No. Video games. They being friends over there? They're little friends. How do I don't know how to spin them around. Anyway, so there was just something that she said one time that made me want to work harder. She had me unloading one truck, two other dudes unloading another, and then another guy unloaded different trucks. So there were like 3 trucks and 4 guys working on them.
Jesus.
It was a chaotic day, and this was 0% her fault.
Yeah.
It was just a day. It was just how the day was going. Whoops. And I remember she just like assigned us to the trucks, and then she goes, "Yeah, I got my guys working." And I don't know why, but something in me said, "You're gonna pass this one."
It's nice. You
'Cause,
feel
like,
important.
She tried to work on the truck. She tried, and she just wasn't strong enough.
Yeah.
So being that she called on me, I said, "Okay, this is just simply a fact that I was twice her freaking size." And way stronger than she was.
You're a big, strong, needed man.
But the idea that I was needed made me feel like, I hate this. I would rather this context be anything. I'd rather it be you.
Cue the crab dance. It's funny, how's it funny?
Can I ask why?
Because you're a crab.
Oh.
But crabs are kind of strong, and then...
Well, they have strong grip.
Partying in your heart. Yeah, you had a fucking monster grip.
I did have a monster grip, but I actually got it back.
Yeah?
Because of I got a power tower.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been using it. Really good to train your grip. You really don't need anything but body weight if you're looking to exercise. You can get a power tower, and that's basically it, or you can just replace it with anything that's strong enough to support your weight. I got a power tower because there's nothing around here that can support my weight, but I'd use a tree if I could. That was awesome.
That was cool.
That was cool. I want to do that again.
I used to flip people a lot. Look at... There's a move you get, I think.
Oh,
where
yeah.
You like...
I've been doing that, yeah. This game ain't bad.
Yeah.
Simplistic enough button masher to... God, I hate people who call beat-em-ups button bashers. But real quick, let's end this one off with a question that means nothing to anybody but me.
What is it?
MP. What does it stand for?
Magic points. Mana points.
What does it fricking stand for?
Magic points.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. What happened? What happened?
You almost kicked your ass, that's what happened.
It bugged out. I hate people who see MP and just say mana. We're not playing Magic. It's magic points. It's how many magic points we have.
Is there a difference between magic and mana?
No, mana is just like the pool that you cast your magic from. It's like they call it magicka in Elder Scrolls. That would just be mana. And then in Magic, the Gathering, your mana is just basically how many actions you're able to perform per turn. That's how they balance the game.
When mana is manipulated by any outside force, it is called magic. Many living beings are able to control free mana, allowing them theoretically to manipulate the very fabric of reality at different levels of skill.
Read off of what website?
It's called wiki.themanaworld.org.
Oh, so this is just some general witchy stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I guess.
I'm talking about video games specifically. I don't give a shit about anything outside of that. It's mana anywhere that it is in video games. It's MP, it's magic points. It's like when people say hit points. Those are the same people that say wastebasket.
I hate wastebasket.
I don't know why that gets me, but I freaking hate it.
You know what else I hate?
What do you hate?
People that are like, I don't want to sit next to the bathroom, but there's like 3 doors between the bathroom and you.
I don't understand people who say, I don't want to sit next to the bathroom because of poo-poo, because there's poo-poo all around us. Honestly, like, the amount of bugs you eat in a single jar of peanut butter, it doesn't actually matter, bruv. It'll probably make your immune system stronger. I'd just rock it.
There's bugs in...
Yeah, there's a certain amount of bugs and mouse parts that are allowed in, like, a lot of processed food.
Mouse parts?
Yeah. Because they just fall in the grinder. You just can't stop them. You didn't know this? Yeah, dude, you've been killing Stuart Little every time you eat, like, ground beef or some shit.
He's a white supremacist anyway.
What?